back to Questing Time, episode 3, which I have named First Quarter. After all of the phases of the moon, we are slowly but surely getting into a theme and or pattern and or both, or none of the above. I feel like each of the episode titles I'm just sort of throwing in randomly at different points. I don't actually know what all the different phases of the moon are. That would be too organized. But hello, yes, welcome to Questing Time. I am your dungeon master for this evening, Jess Jewell, and with us we have the cast of the Moonlighters, the excellent spacefaring spelljammer crews of the Narhole. What I would love everyone to do is very, very briefly introduce yourself, introduce your character, and then we will get underway. Starting with, to my top left, Sam, please introduce yourself, your name, and your character.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam. I'm going to be playing Charlie Teachley, a Tabaxi Drake Warden Ranger, a cat with a gun, and a big Drake. So
that's so succinct. Perfect. Up next, and who I think I remember was to my right. Let's go with Emily.
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Emily. I play Dickie Saint Germain, who is an astral elf and a life domain cleric, and a bit unhinged. He looks about 40, but he is an ancient man. And because of the whole World Cup thing, I'm going to be drinking a Fernet and Coke at the start of this. Celebrate. And also, because I like snacking, I found this enormous cotton candy thing, and I think I'm gonna crack into that eventually. So
the perfect D&D snack, cotton candy. And thank you, Egglet J3, for the bits and for the test and for deafening us ever so slightly. Like, massively appreciated. Down on the bottom right, I believe we have Nacho. Ooh, yeah,
Hello,
transitions.
everyone. My name is Nacho. My name is Nacho. I am currently playing Jeremiah S. Lime, who is a fighter champion. And he talks like me in middle school. So, I used to talk like this a lot because I had really bad congestion issues. Nice to meet you. But also, I had a higher pitch, so it sounded kind of like this. It was really bad. But yeah, thank you for having me. I like being here.
We love having you here. It wouldn't be the same without you. Or the voice. It's just something so nice about being deafened by beef repeatedly over and over and over. Like, it sounds like a sex thing.
And it is.
It probably is in somewhere.
is the way I do it.
And Egglet J3, do not apologize. Those alerts are exactly what they're there for. Use them to the best of your abilities. And finally, as we missed her so much last week, we've got her back. It's Sasha.
Woo!
Yeah,
I'm never gonna get over that alert. It's gonna be great.
I am so happy about that. And also new and improved in a wig, which either makes me space lesbian or space Karen. I haven't quite been able to tell what the. But in any case, inspired by Paul's delightful and beautiful portrait of my little auto gnome TBD. She talks like this right now. This is her default voice. And she is a bard and she sings little songs to herself with her lute. And she travels around and she's very happy. And that is it. I don't know what else to say. I have no idea what happened last time. But I have a coffee and a lot of terror.
She was crazy back then. She was probably fucked up or something. So crazy.
Yeah, she's like so fucked up. She's like had one too many pumpkin spice lattes. It's been such a day for her.
Such a TV move.
Have you seen her Instagram? It is unhinged. She posted 4 times today, and it is all pictures of her bullet journal. Like,
that's crazy.
Oh my god.
This is giving me an idea for another like role-playing game where everyone is just a different variety of white girl in
Oh, please.
autumn. And I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this as a one shot at some point. I think that would be great.
We have the template from Bo Burnham already. We've got
Yeah.
White woman Instagram. Right. Look on the Questing Time website at some point for a one-shot RPG called White Woman Instagram. We'll make it happen.
Love
You may
this.
also have already noticed that in the rewards you can there are a series of alerts that you can
Everyone go to the website right now. Right now. We'll
immediately go to that website. But yes, there are a series of alerts that you are able to redeem this time around, including the brand new Deja Vu, new things with the Battle Narwhal, and new things with the Richard Soames experience. We'll get to those.
It's glorious.
It is
I've
so
decided.
very glorious. Okay, if you do redeem the Richard Soames experience, what I need you to do is write down a character name in the chat for whoever redeemed it, please. That would be amazing. Thank you very much. And we will see the effect of that later. Now, usually we would start a session with a very brief recap. However, because TB wasn't here last week for reasons, we're going to be starting this session immediately in the mind of one of our characters, and that will be TBD. TB, you sweet little thing. So everything around you right now is black. You can't feel your arms, you can't feel your legs. In fact, you can't feel the rest of your corporeal body. Time doesn't feel like it exists right now. You're sort of floating in a soup of nothingness.
Good
You
soup.
can't tell if an hour has passed or if a year has gone by. But as you begin to sort of form thoughts and recognize that you are in a space, you hear the whir and mechanical thrum of everything that makes you, you. And all of a sudden, you recognize you're in limbo mode, standby mode, sentry mode. This is where autonomes go when they are not conscious. This is the sort of space in their mind that they go to rest. And so as you realize that you are in limbo mode, the full circle realization triggers something. All of a sudden, in the inky blackness before you, a huge flickering apparition appears. It is a white underscore that blinks on and off. All of a sudden, it shoots across the space in front of you and leaves a trail of words in its wake, which read error, memory core corrupted. And 3 options appear to you. One says restart system, one says memory reboot, one says run analytics. What would you like to do?
Run analytics, please.
Run analytics. As you think yourself forward, exactly, as more and more thoughts begin to form your conscious mind and memory, you reach forward and begin to select run analytics. The little white dot that has been blinking on and off shoots back and removes all of the lettering, and then more lettering appears. Run analytics on which memory bank? Short-term memory bank, long-term memory bank, miscellaneous memory bank.
Well, it has to be miscellaneous.
As you hit it, a red flash appears sort of through your mind, almost like a danger. It says memory bank encrypted, passcode required. And sort of a number pad appears and 4 spaces. The number pad is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0 at the bottom. There is also underneath an option for hint and reset passcode.
What is the passcode? Hint, please.
As you hit hint, the hint sort of reveals a string of letters again, which says, our favorite song. There is also a little backspace button.
My favorite song.
As you are thinking, the number pad before you is just blinking sort of random lights. There's nothing that would maybe indicate as
It's
the
just
clock is going. Any
yeah.
ideas?
Oh, shoot, I can't remember. Is it backspace? Backspace.
Backspace. So you go back. It says memory bank encrypted, passcode required. Again with the passcode and then the hint, and then it says reset passcode question mark.
Ugh, I have to reset again.
So you hit the reset. You hit the reset button.
Now it's gonna end. Now I'm gonna put in the same passcode, and then it's gonna tell me I cannot use the same passcode.
Not quite. Again, as reset passcode is hit, a series of letters string along. Contact Samira Tusk. Located. Beacon activated. At the back of your head, wherever that may be right now, you feel something activate, and you are suddenly drawn in a very specific direction. Underneath, a series of instructions list out that read, contact Samira Tusk for reset authorization. Memory bank encrypted. There is also the little backspace button.
I mean, I think TV, everything encrypted and warped as it is, just aggressively hits contact Samira.
So the contact Samira button it's not a button. It located the beacon itself so that you have to go to find your contact so that they, at this point, it would appear that you do not have the authorization to access this part of your memory.
Okay, backspace. Oh, it's the beginning again.
Run analytics on which memory bank? Short-term memory bank, long-term memory bank, miscellaneous memory bank.
Long-term, what has happened? I don't understand. Why am I suddenly German?
Long-term bank. Long-term bank is operational. No corruption detected. Reboot. There's a backspace and the option to reboot.
Reboot.
As you hit the reboot button, it takes you all the way back to the first start screen. Multiple memory banks identified. Select bank for reboot. Short-term memory bank corrupted.
Well, then we must reboot that one.
Okay, it takes you back to the short-term memory bank. Memory bank corrupted. 6% recoverable. Attempt recovery?
Oui.
All right. Have you got your dice ready, Sasha?
I have a virtual one. Actually, I do.
Oh, exciting. Okay. So, before you, in an almost replay-like fashion, as if an old VHS tape has been sort of dusted off and put into the machine, you can sort of feel your own humming and whirring and working to try and retrieve memories that have been lost. This has happened to you before, but this feels like it's really taken out. With only 6% recoverable, you know that 94% of your short-term bank, which is anything that has been within the last day to the last 100 days, has been completely eradicated. So only 6% remains. So what I'm going to need you to do is roll me a series of history checks. So, could you roll me the first history check, please?
Oui. Just using the fake ones. Is it 21?
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Excellent.
I want everyone to know that I rolled the fake one because I could not remember what die it actually was. We haven't even activated the ritual. Here we are.
No, yeah. We're just unintentionally doing it. At this point, like, we are the Richards. And he got so
I strongly
bodied in
see
the
myself
last
as the
stream.
Richard Soames of the stream.
So as you really knuckle down and try to think and try to remember, you see a little loading screen come up before you, and eventually a sort of loading bar as well, and it jaggers, and then it hits. Something plays up before you. This is from, it's the last thing that you encoded before you fell unconscious. You are fleeing. You are running really, really fast. You are running as fast as your little legs will carry you, but you are also dragging something behind you. You're running down some sort of decking. You don't recognize this decking. It's not the decking of the Narhole. And as you're dragging whatever is behind you and pulling, you are heading to that very edge of the ship. And as you look over, you can see the deck of the Narhole, and everyone, Jeremiah and Charlie and Dickie, are on the deck, begging you to come for you. And as you look down, you are dragging a body. It is the body of a mind flayer. The screen suddenly cuts out, and then you are back loading again. Next percent. Could you roll me another history check, please?
With the real one? Now that I know which die.
Real one, go for it.
Oh, the same thing.
21 again. Fantastic.
Look at me. I am so good at the memories.
Is Paul around?
He is indeed. Well,
Because there's like a weird voice that's appearing on stream. It says trial over and over again, and it causes a lot of like feedback. So it's kind of interrupting the story.
What the fuck is what?
Yeah, like on stream, it says trial and then like static.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Hang on.
Ooh, exciting. Okay. Hang on a second.
Give me a moment.
I can't like hear it in our session, but I know it's on the
I
stream.
can't
But
either.
part of me is like, if I could hear it, I'd be like, we should
Yeah.
make a song.
I'll beatbox.
Oh, Egglet, I'm so sorry. Hang on. Let us get this fixed for you guys. A rogue AI is hacking us. Oh, are we worth hacking? I mean,
I like to imagine that
Okay.
this is actually part of the TB interior experience. She's still on trial mode.
looks like it might be Teams. Teams.
Who's in Microsoft Teams right now? Guys.
I just checked. I was like, am I in Teams? But I'm not.
No, me neither.
I'm just doing some
Everyone's worth
quarterly
hacking.
reports. I'm just getting those done.
I mean, you got the time now. We've been. I went through. I like how this game is playing out so far. Like every other, me playing RPGs where I go through every single option because I always choose all like the. Of course. I do.
Trial stream. I don't believe we're using any trial streaming software or Katana for that matter. But
Yes, we are. We were using something.
Oh.
They can make this work for a full 45 fucking minutes.
I
I downloaded 3 different things to try and fix it. None of them worked.
Ah.
Ah.
Even uninstalled and disconnected. Enjoy your game, peons.
All right.
Celebrate.
Oh. Okay. So now that we have removed ourselves from the trial and error of this situation, pun
Hey.
very much intended because I'm a piece of shit. Where were we? So
Denied.
you just rolled a 21 on that history check.
If we were still on
Does-
critical drinking, I'd be like, drink, but no.
I'll drink.
Hey.
I got the
if
Fernet.
you go for it. The lemon and ginger, baby. It's all about that life.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome.
Oh,
What's going on, everybody?
Who is
Welcome
that?
to what?
who's welcoming us to our
No, I think Paul's just trolling the stream.
And a YouTube video automatically playing it. Sorry.
Hi, everyone. We're being hacked from the inside.
Yes. It
The only
turns out,
security
coming from
flaw is
inside the
within the
house.
house.
Mhm.
in the words of T Swift, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
We are our own anti-heroes, I believe. Incredible.
The subtitle of Moonlighters.
We are the anti-heroes. Fantastic. Right. Back to very serious memory time. Mhm.
There is no
Amazing.
seriousness in TB's head. TB's head has like.
All right.
Salty
Because
Mrs. Trial voice.
if
Oh,
somebody
gee.
could just
I will
who
go
was that?
to Scotland
that you?
and whisper trial in your
That was them.
ears.
That was them. That was them. Yeah.
Child.
that was
I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'm sorry.
Absolute hero.
I'm an
Trial.
asshole. I'm gonna stop.
For a second, then I was just like, "Oh my god!" Now I'm hearing it. They've hacked into the software. God.
This is the weirdest episode of Ghost in the Shell, but I'm here for it.
This is exactly what it is. Cool. If anything, this is added to the atmosphere of TBD's brain because I imagine this is just what's happening, just like a bunch of trial software running at any given time.
Oh, 100%.
Amazing. Do you know what's really fun as well is that my headset's just run out of battery, so all I'm getting every 3 minutes is recharge headset, and alongside the trial
Oh.
stuff. Oh, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Real happy about it.
I
Okay.
have froze. Oh,
Have
no,
you
I'm back.
froze? You're back. Fabulous. All right. With another 21 on the history check, that loading bar comes back up. That circle, that loading circle, that annoying Mac-like loading circle with the rainbow comes back up, spins around pointlessly, and then loads up the next VHS style sort of memory. This is from a
No,
little
I
bit
didn't
before.
rewind the tape.
Be kind. Rewind.
Exactly. Last time I
this
was in
is-
Blockbuster.
This is a little bit before the previous memory. You can feel from like the timestamps and what it's telling you where it's sort of slotting back into your mind. You're running down a sort of mahogany lined corridor. It is dark. You can't see much. You're running as you were before, and as you look back, you can see Drakey Jake is behind you. As you guys are pounding through this corridor and there are twists and turns and it's tight and it doesn't feel like it should be on a ship, but it is. Drakey Jake suddenly turns and takes a stand and like looks at you as if to say run, and then begins to fire down the corridor. And the memory cuts out. Would you like to roll another history check for me?
Yes. Oh no. It's a wheat.
8.
As a see,
Wheat. Or is it just corn? It's corn. You
Yeah,
roll
it
corn.
A big lump of knobs. Sorry.
You roll a big lump with knobs.
Listen, not the
As
first
the-
time, not the last time.
As the little Mac wheel rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls, it just keeps going, doesn't go anywhere, and then you hear a kadunk, and it just sort of comes up with a load of gibberish on screen, a big lump with knobs, and nothing quite makes sense. There's no image there. The memory is lost. Would you like to roll another history check for me?
Allons-y. It is a 18.
What is
18.
18?
18.
Thank you very much. Sorry, one of us speaks French. It's not me.
I speak Spanish, so kind of.
In my head, I'm just hearing
Yes,
dickweed now, and it's
see?
Dickweed.
this is how we get the kids to learn French. We make it bad. So yeah, again, the little Mac wheel begins to boot up, boot up, boot up, loading, 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 bonk. And the scene plays out before you. The body of the mind flayer that you remember from before is very much alive and well next to you. It's a person, and Drakey Jake is next to them, and they're both looking quite suspicious, trying to keep low. You are pressed back into a very dark crevice. Everyone is attempting to not be seen. As you poke your head out of the crevice and look left, you see a very small, childlike figure. It's a Thrakreen. They are an insectoid race. They have mandibles. They're almost, I would say, cricket-like in appearance. They have sort of smaller vestibular arms on their chest, and then two main arms as well. But this is a very young Thrakreen, a child, maybe an adolescent, and they are leading you somewhere through the ship. Humble is following you, as is Drakey Jake. And the Thrakreen child sort of moves about the mahogany paneling, presses something in, and a secret panel opens. And you look down into a corridor that you recognize you were running through before. And then the memory cuts out again. You roll me one more history check, please.
Oh no, it's not enough, but it's enough.
An if? Is it an egg? An egg?
Enough.
A whole egg?
Well,
Okay.
egg. One egg's worth, which is all we know is a
Excellent.
9.
Now, unbeknownst to you at this point, your buddies have been casting healing spells on you when they found you. This is going to, they cast 2 healing spells on you, amazingly. This is going to give you 2 advantages. So you can roll that one again, or you can roll for another memory, is what I'm going to say. So what would you like to do?
Let's do another one.
Okay.
Okay, no. Oh, yeah, that's a 7.
With that, so that's 1 advantage burned. Roll me one more, please.
Oh no, must. And that's a nat 1. Cannot find the
nat
camera.
one.
No!
Oh.
No!
Boom, boom, boom.
As you put all of your effort into trying to remember anything, your memory core burns out,
Ooh.
and all of a sudden, the 6% that was available to you, you feel just slipping away real quick. It's almost like trying to grasp smoke. It's gone. The memory core is deleted. You have the 3 scenes that you remember from before, but the rest is completely lost. There is no way to retrieve this memory core from now. You just have those 3 scenes, which have now been transferred into your long-term operational bank. As you reach the end, the entire scene before you cuts out, and you are sent back to the top of the order, and it says restart system, memory reboot, run analytics.
Do I start or do I reboot? I guess I'll try a reboot.
Memory reboot. There is also another option within this that says, alongside the miscellaneous bank, the short-term bank, the long-term bank, settings reboot.
Let us try that.
Settings reboot comes up with several options: common, gnomish, tabaxi, French, Russian, plain reboot.
I see. Is there a randomizer? No.
I mean, you can roll a d6, and I will take an option from that.
Dos.
The Russian reboot has been selected, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy.
The screen around you flickers out of existence, and you can feel yourself coming back to life. air fills the sort of mechanical lungs that are within you that feed all of your systems and your memory cores. Your eyes flicker open. You are conscious again. You're back. You look upon the captain's quarters of the Narhole. And beside you is Jeremiah.
Jelly. I do not know. Switching from French to Russian is very challenging. It turns out.
Jeremiah is sleeping at this point, but he's sleeping near you, like next to you, very protectively, as if he's been waiting a long time.
TV looks around, takes in the rest of the setting, like what's going on aside from Jelly.
I got a recharge headset then, that was fun. Oh, thank you for the bits, Ed Fortune! You absolute angel. So the captain's quarters is, as you guys sort of left it last time, it is very much the hangout space. No single person has control of the captain's quarters. It's very much where you all are at any given point. There is a disco ball from the ceiling. It's a little messy. There's still the remnants of the bed that you made for Drakey Jake in the corner near the heater. You can see out of the back window the vast expanse of the astral sea and the silver void beyond. There are stars glittering in all directions. It's clear that you are traveling, and you are traveling at speed. But around you, the desk is very much strewn with papers. You have a blanket over you, but you have been you've been sat in like a little sentry mode position. And there is maybe a little bit of dust on your head, but that's about it. Aside from that, and it's just Jeremiah sleeping on a little cot next to you.
Actually, I'd like to say that Jeremiah sleeps on a plate and he becomes a banana.
I forgot about that.
There is a single plate and a banana next to you, and you know it's Jeremiah.
TV opens up her little drawer and takes out the banana protector that she keeps for Jelly and puts it over Jelly.
Of course the Narhole has a banana protector. Of course they do. Yeah, that makes sense.
TV knows that Jelly likes to sleep as a banana, so she brought a banana protector.
I'm sorry. Are ships not supposed to have banana protectors?
Just wouldn't have expected it to be standard equipment, you know? Weigh anchor and ensure we have plenty of banana protectors for the journey. So,
How
TV,
many
what
boats
would you
have
like
you
to
been
do?
on? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, did you miss the part where this is a narwhal? Like,
Yeah, they call it a banana boat for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
what?
ahoy, you know?
The banana hammock or banana plate. Those are your two options for bananas that sleep.
Is a banana.
I'm
Is
sorry,
banana.
Dad.
I'm just trying
Welcome
to
to
get
Twitch.
back
This is
into
the game where
voice
the
now.
players DM like that. A hesitation, straight for blood. No problems whatsoever.
I love you all, but I hate you all.
But I have a question. Do the bananas wear pajamas?
Ask Jelly. I would ask
Only whilst they're
Jelly.
walking down the stairs.
Jelly, are you
In
wearing
pairs.
pajamas? Where are your pajamas?
So no, I feel like it's just like a neon yellow banana on top of a plate, and I'm like totally fine with it. Like,
TB has low-key been sewing him some pajamas for his banana. Or knitting. I think that's the thing that you do, not sewing. So they take a long time.
So yeah, TB, what would you like to do? Jeremiah is asleep on a plate.
I think TB kind of takes stock as to the physical state. What's going on? Like, is she hurt? Is anything broken?
In which case, what you realize is that your carapace, the sort of main body of you, has been damaged. Your arm at some point was ripped, but has been patched back up. And there were bullet wounds, musket wounds, in your chest. These two have been patched back up, but you can tell from their size and their positioning and clustering that you have been damaged in battle at some point.
I think TB sort of pokes at the gelatinous form next to her.
The banana just kind of like sprouts opens up, and then Jelly goes into his satchel and pokes out his head with like the two ping pong balls and says, "Oh, hi, TV. Good to have you back."
What
Jeremiah,
happened?
sorry, at this point, Jeremiah, you know that TB has been out of commission for approximately 90 days.
Oh
You
my god.
guys have been on the ship and without her at this point for this long.
Oh, that changes my greeting then. Hold on. Sorry. Um, Jelly just says, "Is this a dream? Are you actually here? I've missed you so much, TB. How are you doing?"
Uh, how do I do Russian accent? There we go. Uh, Jelly, what happened? What?
Oh, uh, there was a fight. None of us remember what happened, but you were out of
This
commission
little
for
cricket thing, little cricket boy.
what?
There was little cricket boy in fire in Spain. I don't remember.
What
And
happened to your voice? Are you sure you're feeling okay or
I think my settings have been reset, and
oh,
it obviously oscillating.
okay. Well, um I don't remember a cricket, but we should probably wake up Dickie and see if he remembers the cricket. And
And
then Jeremiah just like slimes out of his pouch and props himself up and starts walking towards where Dickie would be, which would be his chambers, I assume.
Yes, so I would say because of what sort of where we are, Dickie is going to be in the spelljamming helm.
Okay. Um,
I think TB
if
looks after
I
Jelly.
if I interrupt the captain while he's in the spell jamming helm, would it, affect him, or would it like
No,
just okay?
no.
So I just kind of like slam open the door, and you just hear, "Dickie, it happened. She's awake.
She's awake?
She's awake."
TB, it's so good to see you. Can I give you a hug?
Why not?
Can I pick you up and give you a hug?
Please,
And
please do.
Dickie kind of like scoops up and does one of those spinning around hugs and just be like, "Oh, TB, we hadn't seen you in so long. I'm so glad you've woken up. How are you? Are you feeling all right?"
More spin, more spin. I like spin.
Oh, okay. And Dickie does more spinning.
Beautiful.
TB's so happy right now. Like she's not feeling great, but this is the best thing that's happened to her in a very long time.
As TB's being spun around, you get a really good view of what's happening on deck. The Narwhal is being towed along by a massive galleon in front of you. You guys are moving at like 4 times normal speed that the Narwhal would be able to otherwise. And there is like one massive rope basically attaching the space galleon to the Narwhal, like a grappling hook that has been um, readjusted and so that it sort of hooks onto the front where the spin, what is it called, the narwhal tooth, the tooth of the narwhal, that's basically become its sort of like anchor point for the two, and these guys, and you are drifting through space.
Actually, in that regard, may I just make 2 quick housekeeping checks?
Absolutely.
Number one, we've all presumably had ample time for a long rest since it's been 3 months, yes?
Absolutely.
So I will press that button on Beyond. The other thing that I want to say for housekeeping, because I don't want to forget, is the very next day after our adventure, Dickie did make good on his word, cast sending to communicate to Sister Jada Kin that Lord Gurgi was super helpful, was a bro, like said all the good things. Also, Dickie invited Sister Jada Kin on for D&D, which in Dickie world means drinks and disco.
Very good.
That's all. I just wanted to make sure I
Disco with
established
Dickie.
those things.
That's
What?
absolutely say again.
D&D.
Yeah.
Drinks and disco with
D&D.
Dickie.
All the
Um,
D's. Drink
you-
some
D
disco
on the
Dicky.
Triple
you got a
D.
very
on D.
you got a very short and sharp reply from Jadakin, which was stick to the brief. Signed, Sister Jadakin.
Absolute flirt.
She's so into it.
um,
She
as
loves you,
Dicky-
boss.
as-
I make no assumptions until I have a reason to believe that that is the case. I would not be against the idea. She is an attractive lady, but without her being super into it, I mean, it's a business situation, right?
as you guys are discussing Sister Jadakin, Charlie, what are you doing about and on the ship?
I think I've been picking up a lot of stuff. I'm aware that TBD's like out of action, just kind of rest and recovering. So I've been asking Dicky and Jelly a lot of the stuff like how the ship works, what needs fixing. And I've been doing patchwork jobs. So I would say they are 60% good jobs at best. Just trying to like repair the ship. And I've just been like trying to be as useful as I can. And then in periods of downtime, I've either been chilling with Dicky and Jelly just to like get to know them, or I've been trying to coax Drakey Jake into like a more comfortable state.
Very nice indeed. So, in the last couple of months, Drakey Jake has relaxed a little more. There is still a slight silver clouding to his eyes that doesn't seem to be dissipating. He doesn't seem to quite remember you still, but he does trust you. That's
Okay.
quite important. So, how would you guys like to all be interacting on this fine afternoon on the deck of the Narwhal?
Well, first of all, what happened? Where is the Drake? Where is the cat?
There was a cat. We had a cat.
That's Nacho asking as Jelly, but like it's mostly just me asking if there were actually. Oh,
And
the
it's a
cat,
little
the
cricket
cat.
boy.
Oh, Charlie boy. Yeah. He's helping around in the ship. There were a lot of like damages and whatnot from asteroids that had to get fixed, and I was busy tending to your situation. So
Yeah, he's around here somewhere. Also, still trying to do some experiments on that really, really smart professor mind flayer fella. He's on ice in the Dicky Dome.
Oh, the body. We're back.
Oh, good. Back to factory settings.
We get confused. It's a mending process.
No, hey, I get it.
I don't really know what's going on. I'm a little bit confused, but I'm really happy to see you.
Oh, I'm happy to see you too. And hey,
likewise.
we've all been there. When I was first learning other languages apart from Romanian, I had a hell of a time staying consistent. Have you ever tried talking to a German fella in Italian without realizing that you're not speaking German? Because, that happened.
Ah, yes, German and Russian and French, all famously spoken in D&D. Famous language choices that anyone can take.
There is no such place as Russia or France. I just have these accents. They are from
Yeah.
special places.
Let's be fair, if Fiji exists, I'm fairly certain Russia probably does somewhere.
Not for long.
Oof.
To get political every now and again in it.
Oh,
As you guys are
no.
as you guys are discussing the nuances of languages, 80085 pops its head out from the very top deck and looks down as it hears all of the commotion and goes, TV, and again you hear suddenly like a bonk clunk bonk clunk 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 bonk clunk as it's sort of moving its way down through the Narwhal. It as it is passing one of the rooms, it pops its head in and goes, Charlie, TB is awake, TB is awake, TB is awake, and runs down the stairs, or rolls down the stairs, clonk, 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 and as it hits the deck, rolls towards TB and then just sort of bats into her leg. Just TB, we missed you, TB, we missed you.
TB embraces her little robot hug.
Charlie.
Charlie scrabbles down the stairs, and you can hear like a heavy thud that fuck, it's done. Just like comes down the stairs. There, like pokes his head round the door, like, know me, good to see you up and about.
How are you? What is Drake?
Oh,
How long have I been
Drake,
out, by the way? No one told me. Like, I just
You've been out for a while. 3 months.
Yeah, just a spell. Yeah.
3 months.
Approximately somewhere between 90 days and 120 days.
So which one is it? 3 months or 4?
That's Nacho asking, isn't it?
Yeah. It's kind of hard to like get away from the voice.
I'm sorry. The Star Crazies have begun to addle my brain. I cannot keep track of time. It is close to one of these somewhere, I believe. I do not know.
Dickie runs and grabs his journal and flips through the pages and finds the date and goes, it's been 98 days. BB, you were spot on in that range. Because 99 days ago I wrote, TB is out of commission. There's goo everywhere. Awful day. Penguin did not want to wrestle. I think that means Lord Gurgi, but I'm not entirely sure. I was a little drunk when I wrote this. Awful day, 10 out of 10. I hope Sister Jadakin likes me.
Oh, TB, you missed so much. We got boarded.
Oh.
That happened.
The mind flare and the little cricket boy, yes?
Cricket?
Little...
Oh, TB. Oh, it's been an awful... Yeah, no, you just rest. Obviously, too much, too quick. You just settle down. No crickets
TB,
here.
How about we continue your repairs, and then I could try figuring out what you mean by the cricket, as that doesn't make any sense to any of us.
Charlie, could you roll me a nature check?
I knew it. I was like, I'm going to be...
Cricket Boy a musical artist that you like? Or...
I mean, that is a separate thing.
14 total?
Yep.
Fantastic. You, from the description, Cricket Boy, you either think that TB has been hallucinating or she is talking about the Threakreen.
Oh, yeah, TBD. There's been no Cricket Boys. Just you settle down. I'll go get you a drink. I would like to quickly just scout around the ship, see if I can find any evidence of any... Yeah.
I would like you to make me a history check.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
I'm so confused.
Stats are not with us.
No.
But I love it.
11. I rolled a 12.
Can't remember anything specifically that would relate to the Threakreen. You've crossed paths with them a few times, but nothing about what has happened flashes in your memory as being related to them. So it's
I bring back TBD like an oil tea, like a linseed oil tea. There you go. It is extremely hot. Like I don't understand why we have boiling oil just around the ship, but here you go.
Oh, excellent. Spicy.
Dickie draws a picture of what he thinks a cricket boy would look like, and with like a heart next to it, and gives it to TB, thinking that TB wants some sort of cricket boy, and is just like, I made this for you.
Charlie, I have a question.
Yeah.
At this point, would you have shared Humboldt's notebook with anybody else on board? Or have you just been keeping that to yourself? Incredible. Then roll me a perception check, please.
Nice. Fantastic.
Sorry.
I've got eyes. I can use them. It's 13.
It is 13. So as as Dickie is drawing Cricket Boy, you are immediately you can see what he's doing and the vague sketches, and it reminds you of something that you saw in Humboldt's notebook. It triggers something there, like there's something very familiar about that.
I will pad out the room with pretense of picking up something.
Okay, excellent.
So TB has this drawing, yes, but like as the mechanical memories are pretty photographic,
Mhm.
is TB able to like take that and kind of sketch out what Cricket Boy looks like to her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you are attempting to convey something to someone else in a medium that is yours and your own, I want it to be a performance check. So
Well,
Yay!
see how good your art is. Test your art.
it's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. My God. Okay. This is not a caricature. This is like your mechanical arms and abilities almost print out the exact scene that you saw in your memory of this child. It is almost undistinguishable from, like, it looks like photographs don't exist here. It looks like it could be a photograph in black and white.
See,
It's very
Cricket
good.
Boy. Is no?
Everybody make a history check, please, with the exception of TBD.
Ooh,
This is
that's an 8.
17.
20, dirty.
Okay.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh!
I love him.
Jeremiah and Charlie,
Yep.
both of you feel a really sharp, sudden pain scorch through your brain. It feels like lightning has just struck you right in the temple. There is a fizz of a memory. You can recall just as you had left realm space, there was an encounter, something, a ship. There were Thrakreen. There were Thrakreen. There were so many Thrakreen. They were on board. This child, you know them. You've met them. Their name it's there. It's in your head, and then it's gone. You are almost blinded with pain. Like you're trying your best to sort of like keep yourself from like kneeling on the floor. It's like the worst migraine you've ever had, and then all of a
TB
sudden it
notices
abates.
TB notices the pain. It's like, you do not like my drawing.
No, I think it must have been something I was washing onto the deck. I must have. Yeah, I'll just sit down for a moment.
Jelly farts.
And says, "No, you did a great job. Uh, I'm a little tired still. I didn't really get to sleep a lot since I've been doing your repairs. Could you excuse me for a sec?"
And he shoots Charlie a look, kind of like, we should discuss what we just, you know.
Yeah, do you think we've shared a knowing look whilst we both like held our head and we're like,
Yeah.
oh, you?
Oh, okay. If you're both gonna do it, then I will let that just sort of go. Yeah. Actually, Sam, could you roll an insight check for?
Sam can. Edge. 14.
You've been with Jelly long enough to know that when one of his ping pong balls sort of goes to the side, he's looking to sort of move away kind of stealthily. It's something that you've picked up on, but he seems to be angling his head towards you, and you clearly get the message that he wants to chat.
Jelly, I think I need some help lifting something over here. Can you give us a hand?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he
Okay.
just goes like, "Thank God." He just steps out of the room with Charlie. He follows.
TB is like,
Excellent.
I don't think they liked my cricket.
No, no. That your cricket is beautiful. I think your cricket and my cricket could be friends. They just have to lift things. It's all good.
Okay.
So we move sort of back from the Spelljammer onto the deck, a little bit further away, where there are a lot of boxes and crates of supplies that the Sunless Sisters brought onto the ship back in Realm Space on Hekatha. There's a lot of different cargo, a lot of supplies. You guys find a lot to be able to lift and move and reorganize, but you are out of earshot, Jelly and Charlie, of both TB and Dicky, and 80085.
Jelly wraps his arms around like a box that says food and starts walking towards like where the kitchen would be, and then just says,
Did you see what TV drew? Do you recognize it, or was it just my jelly brain playing tricks on me?
No, no, I saw it in my head as well. I thought it was something else, but maybe it's part of the gap, the time we forgot. Let me just check. And he's going to pull out Humboldt's notebook, and he's going to flick through whilst holding like one finger under the box that Jelly's single-handedly lifted. He's just like, yeah, I'm helping. I'm doing something.
Excellent. You flick through, again, these beautiful, intricate drawings that Humboldt has done of like scavers and Kindori. And then the further you get back, you see anatomical drawings of the Thrikreen. The majority of them are adults, and it's sort of mapping out how all of their limbs work, how they can rotate, the weapons they carry, and a lot about them. And then there is a smaller drawing. It's the same child. The child Thrikreen that TB showed you in that perfect drawing is the same that Humboldt has drawn. There are markings on their face that are pretty unforgettable. It's like a massive X over both of their massive bug-like eyes. You'd sort of be remiss to not be able to see that that's not like a common marking among Thrikreen. That's probably a scar or something from an accident long past. And it was in both photos. What's also really odd is that after that page, a lot of pages are missing and there are no more sketches in the book.
I don't care for that.
Yeah. Tight. Cool. Okay, Jelly. No,
Yeah.
you go. Go on. You go.
Jelly sets the box down and accidentally lands it on Charlie's finger.
Fuck.
And then says,
Oh, my bad.
he opens it and starts like sorting the cans of rations that the Sunless Sisters had given us, and then he looks over his shoulder, sees the journal, and says,
Oh, what do you got there, buddy? Is that something that you found like around and you just kind of stumble upon it?
Okay, Jelly, don't get mad. Jelly, I found this on Humboldt's body. So
Jelly
as soon
farts.
as you...
So it's angry farting now as well. Nervous farting.
Those with the bingo card at home, Jelly did fart. So cross off one on the row.
Very expressive.
Under the
farts.
angry column.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Fart / angry.
Nacho,
Yes.
what, like, how, I want to hear, like, the difference in sound between an angry fart and, like, a nervous fart.
Yes.
okay, so a
please.
nervous fart would be like,
Gotcha.
Good.
and then like a angry fart would be,
Got
Yeah, it's very like
Oh.
phlegmatic. There's a lot
A
of
lot
kind
of
of like,
force.
yeah. It's very there. But I feel like this is more like a like intrigued fart, so that would be like,
Oh.
you know?
Ooh.
Like, almost like a question fart.
Yeah, question farts.
Question
I like the
farts.
idea. I like the idea that somewhere on the show you guys have.
That's an angry fart.
Paul, are you
Absolutely.
okay?
That's a battle fart right there.
Ooh.
Now with new sound effects.
Ah, the language of farts. Love it. Big fan. So you have let out an angry, no,
No.
a curious fart.
Intrigued.
The fart of
Okay.
intrigue.
A little shrill, if you will.
Hmm, okay.
We're highbrow on this stream. Welcome to question farts.
Question.
I'm gonna share the journal with I'm gonna, like hold it in front.
Sorry. I'm a child. I'm a fucking child. I apologize.
We're gonna have to have a point by where just Paul makes fart noises off camera.
Yeah.
No.
Questingfarts.com.
No. Paul makes fart noises on camera.
On
Paul
camera.
farts on camera.
Oh no.
I hate that.
Oh, no.
I hate that.
Oh, my God.
That's Jelly and
recognize
Charlie
that.
fighting. Like that's them.
Oh no.
You should see the face that Paul just made when he realized what that effect was.
Can we
I
have a
hope you're proud of
reenactment?
yourself.
Okay, come on camera, please.
Spoken. Please come on camera.
Spoken.
I just
No,
want to see a
he's just
reenactment
said
of the
no.
face. No, no.
He
Okay.
said no. He doesn't want to face what he's done, and let's be fair, I can see that.
I
There's
totally
some
get
soul
it.
searching that has to happen after this, I think, on everyone's
Yeah.
part.
Incredible
I
scenes.
I will do no soul searching. I'm happy with everything that has transpired.
So after we have established the language of farts, what are Charlie and Jelly doing?
Charlie's just holding out the book to Jelly. Yeah. Jelly, now I said don't get mad, and I'd like to hold that as a promise. I've done a lot on the ship, and I really trust you as a friend. And I think you are very attractive, but I've held that upon myself. Now, this book I found on Humboldt's body when he first appeared on the deck. Now, I am a student of his, so I'm very keen to understand what he's been going on. Now, this exact picture of the Thrycrin is the kind of thing that TBD was showing us. And now I'm beginning to shit myself.
Don't you dare. Don't you
Have
fucking
it,
dare.
no.
Don't you dare. Don't you
No,
goddamn
no.
dare. I can see you. I can see your little face. I can see it lighting up with glee. Don't look like you weren't gonna do anything. I can see you. Shitting yourself with glee. What? Okay. So oh gosh, sorry, I've gotten myself lost there in the
You're
language
good.
of farts.
You're good. Can I roll
Finishing a new
for history check and see if I can remember if I've seen any like scrambled papers around the ship?
You absolutely can.
Okay. Let me see. Hopefully this is good. History. 17?
Okay, so not only do you remember, you have felt this, you know this. In the pictures that Charlie is showing you from the book, the Thrycreen are all holding weapons, different sorts. There's the Githka, which is a long curved blade that you know as your experience as a fighter and a champion. One of them is holding a Chatka. It is the crystalline throwing star that you remembered from the last episode, having found the crystal shard in Humboldt's neck that would have belonged to one of the tips of it. Chatka and Thrycreen, however you pronounce it, seem to be pretty synonymous. They seem to be a pretty knowledgeable with that weapon.
I have one of those stars saved up, right? Like somewhere stored.
You have so from what we did from last session, you remembered. I think because you rolled like a 20 or something, you aced that history check. you knew that the crystalline shard that had been pulled out of Humboldt's neck, that belonged to a Chaka, but you don't have one. You've seen it around in sort of docks, maybe at weapon shops, and you've asked about the names and been really curious about how they've been used, but you haven't got one on you. There's not one on the ship.
Jelly says,
Charlie, I think we were boarded by the Thrycreen and they attacked us. I have no motive, but I also don't have any doubt because this was found in the. Do you remember that piece of metal that was
Yeah.
in the Mind Flayer's mind? It was part of that weapon.
and he points to the book where it says like the weapon and the name, the whole thing.
Yeah.
By the cats of Ulthar. You're right. Should we tell Dickie and TBD, or should we try and find some more out on our own?
Well, we have nothing else to do on the ship right now, so might as well get all hands on deck.
Yeah, absolutely. I got nothing else other than this.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just finish putting the soup in its shelf, and then I'll go join you.
And then he just starts like stacking the soup cans. I'd like to believe that he got like mushroom soup and he's just like stacking it. Campbell's. And then he just kind of like slimes all the way back to the chamber where people are hanging out, including Charlie, who had already left.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Meanwhile, like as they enter the room, like Dickie is just in the middle of some wild story, just like, well, and then, you take the crickets and you put them in the underwear drawer. And I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not, this is from my younger years. It's inappropriate. It was one hell of a prank, though. TBD, are you writing this down? Excellent.
Oh,
TB,
we've
you're
lost
muted.
Mike.
No, it didn't. I had muted myself because I was coughing. And there we go again. And yes, TV's like just been furiously writing down all the insane shit that Dickie's been saying in the
Dickie, trying to be supportive, goes, Atlichna.
Incredible.
Surprisingly, like bullet journals, just like there's a lot going on in this thing. Trying to keep track of Dickie's escapades.
I can't get enough of Dickie lore. It's just incredible.
I should say though, like Dickie lore, what I was just referencing, is inspired by something that Sasha did in real life, but we don't need to talk about that right now.
Crickets in the underwear drawer, my friends.
Oh, that's going to be a fun debrief.
Oh, that's not
Middle
even the
part
half
two.
of it. It was we're not gonna. Okay.
Let's not get into it right
Not
now. It's
referencing
okay.
it.
In my free
Understood.
time, I like to plot revenge. It's fine.
As Dickie is talking about crickets and drawers and briefs and underwear and whatever else Dickie may be talking about, you hear over the metallic horns that the space galleon, the manhole, and the narhole use to communicate with one another. The very familiar koi. Oh, what? Were you not told that the space galleon was? Oh, here we go. So you hear the little voice of the all too familiar Lord Gergie. Dickie, are you there? Over.
Ahoy! This is Dickie Saint Germain. Over.
About the voice.
We'll forget about the voice until it's too late. We appear to be coming up on Revenant space. We're going to be looking. Sorry.
Oh no!
And the
It's
pole.
begun.
Oh no.
Wait, there's a poll?
Oh yes.
Excellent. If someone could let me know who wins that poll, because I've got about 4 different
I'm not worried
windows
this is
open.
I'm worried this has now been hyped up too much. But anyway.
We'll see how different it is from normal gameplay, won't we? Dickie, sorry, just I've been quiet for a while for reasons. Anyway, we're coming up on Revenant space. How much? Dickie, how much do you know about Revenant space?
First of all, in terms of your being quiet, you never need to apologize for taking time for self-care. Good buddy, I like you taking care of you. Second of all, as far as Revenant space is concerned, I don't know a heck of a lot about it simply because there are certain things that just don't stick in the old noggin. I could use some reminding about the ins and outs of Revenant space. Thank you. Over.
I got you. Also, no, I wasn't being quiet because I wanted to be. It's because as a dohwa, which is a kind of space penguin, me and my I have forgotten the name for a group of us, but me and my compatriots, we communicate telepathically, so I do not always need to use my voice. Hence why I sound like this. Excellent times. So no, Revenant space, as we are coming up on, it's got 67 planets, so it's quite large, and they all rotate around an unstable wormhole right at the beginning, like not the beginning. What's the beginning of a circle? The center. There we go. We got there in the end. It's like, but Revenant space is run by the Mercane. Have you had any dealings with the Mercane before?
No. But do you think we could talk them into bringing 2 more planets into that space system just to even things out a little?
You know what? I think we can. Of course, yes. How could I have been so blind? I forgot about the 2 moons that are technically planets. Yep, there are 69 planets and 1 black hole, which
Nice.
makes so
Nice.
much sense. Nice.
Honestly, thank you for making that allowance for me. I know those 2 moons are technically celestial dwarves at best, but justice for Pluto, justice for any of those dwarf planets that need acknowledging.
Oh yes, Pluto, that well-known planet in D&D space.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
sorry, I'm
100%.
sorry.
What am I
I'm-
talking about?
I'm an
What's
ancient
D&D?
man from far away. I get confused. Don't
Such
worry
an
about it.
ancient man.
Uh,
You want to
you-
go away with me? No, I mean, what about so? The thing with Revenant space, right, is that it disappeared for 30 years. A little while ago, I say, like sort of 10 years ago, it just disappeared for 30 years. The wormhole sort of expanded, swallowed it up, and then sort of spat it back out. So it's been a bit of a contentious place for, like, the Cabal and the Sigma sisters, like trying to take control of it. But like generally, the McCain that live there, they are merchants, hella merchants. So God knows where they were for that 30 years, but like they made their bank because every single planet within that system is like its own city. Everything's super advanced. It's very nice. We're going to be heading to the planet Corribrant. I think I wrote this when I was drunk. Corribrant. Yeah, there. It's great. It's got one of the most advanced light link systems in the entire galaxy. So that's where we'll be heading. And then from there, you guys should be able to find a ways to use the Cabal light link system to get over to Krungus, because we're currently using the Sunless one. But I'll have to leave you there. I've got a contact you can go and have a look at, but like the rest is going to be up to yous. Over.
10-4, good buddy. Gurgi, you are a gentleman and a scholar. I thank you for your help and for giving me the lowdown on this whole system. I respect its girl bossitude, and I look forward to reconvening and really having some time to just bro down and reconnect after this whole affair is over. Over.
Wait, am I coming through? I think my mic's cutting out because my Gurgi voice is too high. Oh no!
I love that
promise
you're
you
like,
think
I'll
it's
handle
lovely.
it.
I'm having to get real close to talk real tenderly. Well, no, anything for you, Dickie. Even though you did steal my ship, and I let bygones be bygones. But that's fine. It's all right. It's okay. We used to wrestle, and that's a bond that nobody can take away from a penguin and an astral elf. Sorry, a Dohwa and an astral elf. That's how the old saying goes. That's what they know. Fabulous. Right. So what we're going to do, we will tow you to Corribrant. And then from there, if you need anything, we'll be in the dock for a couple of days. But then we'll probably be heading back or up to Obsidian Sunspace. But the rest is up to you.
Sounds great, and thank you for helping us save all the time. And yeah, you're right. The wrestling is a bond no one can take away from us. I salute you, and you're welcome over here for drinks and disco for D&D anytime, buddy. Over.
Oh, I treasure our friendship.
Oh God! It's in my nose! Oh no! Ah!
TB's been overhearing all this, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. It's basically like a ship-wide tannoy system that you guys are able to hear. It's a communicado between the two ships.
TB's just been doing a little drawing of Dickie and Gurgi wrestling.
Oh, beautiful. Could you roll me that performance check again?
Yes, I can.
And can we have that just for like a database?
Oh no!
I also feel the need
What
to
did you
point out
get?
they're both shirtless.
Not one.
Not one.
I mean, it's a +8, but it's nevertheless.
It is the raunchiest, nastiest, like deviant art looking slash fic wrestling scene. They're in like a pool of mud for some unknown reason, looking real like it's you degenerate, you absolute degenerate. But you proudly present this to Dickie.
TB, this is fantastic. Thank you for how cute you made my little tush look. Thank you. I'm flattered.
You should see the rest of my drawings.
Oh, I will. I mean, I will if you want to show me. I will happily take a look.
I mean, journals 1 through 4 are just drawings of your tush, and then the rest,
I'm gonna make it canon that TB has one of the rooms on the narwhal that is just a gallery. What's in there is entirely up to you.
Erotic friendly fiction, apparently. Oh, boy.
Terrors, all of you, absolute terrors.
You invited us here.
I
You
know,
knew
this
what
is
you were
my
getting.
doing. You are being sort of dragged at light speed towards the Revenant space system. As you can see from the sort of foredeck, Revenant space is a spattering of planets, all lit up by one glowing wormhole at its very center. And as you begin the bubbling process, as coming from astral sea to wild space system, your air is filled with fresh. Sorry, your air. Yeah, your air
is filled with fresh.
Your air is filled with fresh. The astral sea becomes the bubble of air that encapsulates the entire ship, and the space galleon before you. There are two separate bubbles, but you are still attached via that towing line, that mooring line, and you begin to glide forward. The white hole itself is an absolutely spectacular sight to see. It's a wormhole, but it's expelling light at such an incredible rate that it almost looks like a flower blooming. And the sort of stamen at the center is this pure and bright, brilliant white, expelling and, of course, giving all of the planets around it like a shadow. It's similar to sort of like a Jackson Pollock painting, in that the planets themselves don't seem to have any particular order. It's almost, they're not like rotating or anything like that. They are just as they are, static and in space. And the ship is moving towards one of the planets, one of the 69 planets on the outer layer, or the outer rim of this system. Corribrant, as you see it and as you approach, is a planet engulfed by a city. The veins of this planet are lit up by lights, artificial lights of 1,000 different colors, neon and blazing into the night. You'd think that the planet was huge, but actually when you look a little bit closer, as the ship gets closer, you realize that its buildings that have been stacked on top of one another and are extending the planet's sort of crust surface like outwards. There are huge spikes and not an ounce or an inch of green space to be seen. It is, in and of itself, a planetary, a system, a city sphere, as it were. The manhole and the narhole together begin to coast in to the docking station, which is really different. It sort of sits perched above the entire city as a plane on a sort of platform, a plinth that mushrooms out and over like a massive a tree, but with 1,000 different spaceports dotted all around. There are cargo ships, there are passenger liners you can see coming in and out from all directions. And as you enter the atmosphere of Corobrandt, that beautiful astral sea bubble that you used to have, that feeling of being able to smell stars, dissipates immediately, and it is like a thick smog, thick, like it coats your tongue and your throat. It doesn't smell or feel great. This is an industrialized planet, heavily industrialized, and the closer you get, the more you realize that there is a griminess to Corobrandt. And the ships sort of pull in to the dock. You can hear Gurgi sort of screaming orders. It's time to get ready. He's a very organized captain. And with some absolutely excellent maneuvers, the ships are pulled into the dock together, and that mooring line just automatically releases. And suddenly the narhole is sort of on its own, but next to the dock. BB 80085 is in the little well that it uses to sort of settle everything in. And you guys are now safely docked on Corobrandt. As the ship pulls in, you look over the side. It's really different to what you guys saw on Hakatha. There's almost no Sunless Sister presence here. It's very non-military, which is weird. But what you do see are a lot of very tall, very blue, looming looking people. They are dressed elegantly in some cases, and others are stooped, attempting to flog wares at the dockside. All of them are huge, about 8 foot tall, towering creatures. And as you sort of look around, you begin to get this sense that if you are not here to sell, you shouldn't be here. What would you guys like to do? Oh. Gurgi, as that mooring line releases, Gurgi goes, right. If you're just looking to get to Cabal space, you'll just want to find you'll want to find Nigel. He can be found in a shop called Vile Bodies. You'll need to ask around to find it. I can't direct you myself. But go find Nigel. He'll set you up. He'll know what to do.
Sounds great. Thank you for the instructions. Is there anything else that we ought to know about this here spaceport?
There we go. Don't mention the sisters.
Oh.
They won't get you very far here.
All right. That's good to know. I mean, I don't talk about the Sunless Sisters that often, do I? Jelly, how I don't do that.
You say Sister Jadakidd's name at least 10 times a day, sir.
In my how many times was it in my sleep? Just seems like a
I
lot.
wasn't counting. I wasn't counting when you were sleeping. If I'm including that, then it'll be over 30.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I regret
She's-
asking that.
She's very present in your mind, sir. We're all aware.
I'll do my best to avoid speaking about her. I'll just leave that for in private.
Sounds good to me, sir.
Take care of yourself. We've got business to deal with. I just don't. When we're on Corribrant, if you see us, you don't know us. All right.
Oh, okay.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Some sort of-
We're going to run.
Next time we
As-
meet, we're gonna be strangers.
yeah, like this is so titillating to you. You're just like, oh, role play.
Hello,
I
sir.
can do
Who
that.
are you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just the way it was
Wanna
phrased, I
wrestle?
was just kind of like, oh my god.
All right. We're going to go and grab a tea or go to the loo, but not both. Oh, hello. Yes.
Sorry, really quick.
Yeah.
Because the poll said that Sasha's story has to happen. Is that happening before or after the break?
Let's do it at the end of the session if that is okay.
Ooh, I like
Okay.
that. That's a great
Yeah.
call. Okay.
I need
God,
to start
excellent.
like amping up the story somehow. I need to like make up some new details because it is just not worth the hype.
Yep. All right. So go get yourself a tea, get yourself hydrated. We will be back in 10 minutes. All right. We'll see you then. Bye.